With the starting second wave of the pandemic, is it time to sell Air Canada? And with that, welcome back to Investing for Generations, your channel for high quality stock research for long term value investors. So, in a report on Yahoo Finance on September 17th, the headline is International Travel Could Take Until 2024 to Recover from COVID 19. I just will go through this article with you and then just explain how it affects Air Canada on my view. And in this article, they say the International Air Transportation Association says it will take at least 3 years for international airline travel to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. The 3 year span is also what the CEO of Air Canada said very early in this pandemic situation. It's a very challenging situation right now. IATA's regional VP for the Americas, Peter Serter, told Yahoo Finance on the move. The forecast that we have is about 84 billion collectively on a global scale in terms of losses. So 84 billion on global losses in the aircraft industry. North American carriers are estimated to lose close to 24 billion this year after making 17 billion in 2019, according to IATA. We are hoping for domestic service to recover in about 2023 timeframe, but it is going to be a challenging period of time, Serter says. Analysts at Raymond James recently surveyed 661 people to gauge how they expect to change their travel plans due to COVID-19. The results indicate that of the 65% of people who plan to travel in the next year, 58% will only go somewhere they can reach by car, and 54% said they would look to travel to less crowded areas. And for that, Serter says international transport is going to be the last segment of travel that we are going to see recuperate. Airlines are seeing faster demand recovery in leisure and domestic travel in contrast to business and international travel, Raymond James analysts said in a note to clients this week. And further, they say US airlines were provided close to 50 billion in loans and grants in return for guarantees they will not lay off employees through September 30th. Those deals expire in 2 weeks, and the industry is lobbying Congress for an extension and additional support. So it will be very interesting to see what happened there in US. The government is still able and willing to support their airlines. And Serter say further, this is the worst time in our history. Most airlines have capital for about 4 or 5 months, not more than that. This sounds really, really alarming. 4 or 5 months is not a lot, of course. And so really the question becomes more and more, who will survive? And so the situation for the airlines is really difficult. And so a lot of airlines already declared bankruptcy. And here by Wikipedia is just a list of bankruptcies in 2020, and this is a long list. This is not the biggest airlines. Even bigger airlines like Lufthansa in Germany needed help from the government, or also Air France here in Europe needed a lot of help for the government to survive and not have to declare bankruptcy. And this situation could be even worse with rising numbers of new cases and maybe very likely a big second wave, and who knows. And of course, with every day and every week and every month this pandemic situation stay, it will be even more difficult for the airlines, and more airlines will have big trouble. And so the question really becomes, who will survive? And one number to measure how close a company is to bankruptcy is a current ratio. And per Investopedia, the current ratio is a liquidity ratio that measures the company's ability to pay short-term obligations or those due within 1 year. It tells investors and analysts how a company can maximize the current assets on its balance sheet to satisfy its current debt and other payables. And so when we look at the current ratio of Air Canada, we see that we have a current ratio of 1.17, and this ratio is just the assets of 7 billion on the one side and the liabilities of 6 billion on the other side, and then we come to a ratio of 1.17. So it looks like there is some room to breathe. Of course, the situation is very difficult, but Air Canada will not declare bankruptcy by tomorrow. And just to put this in perspective, for example, American Airlines have in current ratio right now of 0.77, so way worse than Air Canada. And also Delta Airlines, the other big player in the US market, have a current ratio of 0.94, so under 1, and this is worse than Air Canada. So it looks like Air Canada overall in a very difficult situation, at least is in a stronger situation than these two big opponents. And then also Air Canada was able to issue a new bond. They issued an international bond with a 5.25% coupon for 452 million US dollar, which is maturing in 2029. Even if the coupon of 5.25% is very high, at least Air Canada is still able to financing in the market, and so this is also a good sign for the short and midterm. And then keep in mind that even the IATA reports say that the domestic flight area will recover faster. Then just remember that Air Canada's most revenue come from the domestic flight area. And so hopefully Air Canada overall can recover maybe a little bit faster than other airlines. And of course, if we talk about the domestic sector, Air Canada have a great market position in the domestic flight area in Canada with a market share of over 50%. And so when we put this puzzle together, it looks like hopefully Air Canada can recover faster than other airlines in the same difficult situation. And so it seems like there could be a little bit light at the end of the tunnel, and even more when we look at the vaccine tracker of the coronavirus here by the New York Times. And you can see there are a lot of vaccines in the pipeline, and some are very close to improvement. And hopefully, so we will have a vaccine at least at the end of the year. And with a working vaccine, of course, this could be a big game changer and could help the travel industry, the life overall, and of course, the airline industry massively. So just hope for that, and that with the vaccine, hopefully life at all, and then also the business for the airlines just come back to a little bit more normal. And lately, we also see kind of a stabilization, also with the stock price of Air Canada. Even if we are down 5% today, over the last few weeks, there is a stabilization. And right now, we are trading a little bit under 14 US dollar. This is a US dollar chart, so don't be confused. That's a US dollar chart, and here we are a little bit under $14 right now. And so overall, it seems like Air Canada, of course, is in a very, very difficult situation as all the airlines and all the businesses in the travel industry. But with the measures we have, with the numbers we have, and the market position, especially in the domestic flight area, it seems like at least the position of Air Canada is stronger than of a lot of their opponents. And with that, I really think about add some shares of Air Canada to my very small position. Air Canada right now is the smallest position in my portfolio. And so I really think about to add a little bit more, not too much because it's still very, very risky. Because if Air Canada will survive this situation and will recover, then there could be a lot of gains uh, with this stock, and this is what's the speculation with that is. If you follow me for a while, you know I'm not really a speculator or more an investor. So Air Canada is one of the few really speculative stocks in my portfolio, and therefore also the position in my portfolio is very, very small. But I think I will add in the next few days some more shares of Air Canada because I think maybe we saw the worst already. And just when we see here the pie of my portfolio, just remember that I have a full in-depth analysis of any of these businesses, and you will find all of that on the playlist on my channel. Just check it out and enjoy. And of course, give me your opinion on Air Canada or on the airline sector at all, just here in the comment section, and let us discuss how this will work out. And that's it for today. If you liked the video, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to never miss another video. And then we will see you next time with another analysis of another stock out of my portfolio. See you then. Take care. Bye bye.